What's going on, guys? You're checking out QGinHQ. I am your host, Chris, and in this video, yes, we are unboxing another statue, thanks to my good friend Genaro. Funny little story how this came to even be. New York Comic Con has came and passed over the past month. I have never seen someone have so much trouble spending about $1,000 cash at the con in my entire life. We were there for 3 days. He was interested in 3 different pieces, and they were stolen either because of 10 seconds of procrastination or just some other nerd beat him to the punch. He was super bummed. I was bummed for him too, but in the end it worked out for the best because he came home, he was just crushing eBay, and he found this awesome piece that he never thought in a million years he would even have in his collection. That is the Bowen Designs Action Magneto, and it is a artist proof, which is even cooler. And it was on eBay for about 40 minutes before he was able to strike a deal with the seller. He called me up and he was like, "Bruh, I got this piece. We have to unbox it." And here we are. Let's get into it. So here we have the Action Magneto statue by Bowen Designs, sculpted by Jason Smith. I can tell you right now, I'm already in love with this thing just by looking at the photos on the box. I cannot wait to get into this, so let's go ahead and do just that. Just by sliding it out. Be very careful here, you don't want to push too hard down on the box, but it comes out pretty quickly. So, hopefully nothing's broken. We're going to look in here right now, and yeah, we're pretty much happy. Everything seems to be intact. The cape is what I'm worried about, and his fingers. They tend to be the first things to break on this statue. So, like any other statue, you start with the base first. Like I stated earlier, this is the artist proof, so there is no addition size, as you could see here. So let's go ahead and get this on the table and take a close look at this broken Sentinel hand, which Magneto will be resting on. This by far might be one of my favorite bases to a statue yet. You have the broken Sentinel hand sitting in the rubble with the missing fingertips. You have some Wolverine claw marks with the back blown open. You can see the insides of the hand. Absolutely phenomenal. Next up, you have Magneto's body with 2 prongs in the bottom of his feet, which just fit right into the palm of his hand. They slide in pretty easily like so. Don't push down too hard though. Now that you have the body into the Sentinel hand, you can really sit back and take in the true size of the statue and how massive it's going to be when it's complete. The paint job is done extremely well. It has a light shine to it. It is extremely comic accurate. It does not clash with the Sentinel hand. It matches awesome, and the muscle definition is perfect. Here is the most dangerous part, or the scariest part, and that's putting on the cape itself. This is where people have either scratched the statue or broken some fingers off. Just be careful. Use the actual weight of the cape and it will just clip on like so. It fits in really easily. Lastly, you have Magneto's head. You can see how well done the paint is here also. The red and purple do not bleed, and his face is just blaring with anger. The head just fits onto the body magnetically, and that's it. Your statue is complete. Seeing the statue in its final form, it's absolutely perfect. You have Magneto just hovering above the Sentinel hand. You have his cape flowing in the wind. His hands are up. He's about to cause some serious destruction and mayhem to whoever pissed him off. And if you're a fan of Magneto, you know you do not want to be on this guy's bad side. So, like I stated earlier, this is a very rare piece, and the fact that it's an artist proof makes it even rarer. I've seen this statue go anywhere between $700 USD to the $1,000 ranges for the artist proofs, and he actually got it cheaper than that. He was very lucky. The statue comes in at 19 inches tall from base end to head, 15 inches wide from cape end to cape end, and just a little under 10 pounds in weight. So this being his piece, I asked him to come on the show and talk a little bit about it, what he likes about it, what he thinks about it, and why he actually wanted it in his collection. So give it up for my very good friend, Genaro.
Alright, so right here I have a Bowen Design statue of Magneto. It's the action version, and you know, just getting into this piece a little bit, Magneto is actually one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, next to Spider-Man, and I've been collecting Bowen pieces for years now. And it just so happened to work out that I have a lot more X-Men characters, and Magneto, to me, is definitely that quintessential X-Men character. And I just, you know, he's a must-have for the collection. And, you know, I've been looking for this one for about a year now. I saw pictures of it originally. You know, I couldn't find it anywhere. I didn't see it in person anywhere. Even the conventions, I go to New York Comic Con every year almost, and I I never saw it there. So a couple of websites I went to, I saw on sale, and he's pretty pricey, but I got a really good deal on it from a fellow collector, someone who really appreciates it. And the thing about this piece right now that really it's an artist proof. It's not one of the numbered collection that came out. There's 1,100, I believe. And the artist proofs, from what I understand, are before production of the 1,100 or whatever the edition size is. The sculptor, or the production, manufacturer, whoever it may be. Before the side it goes into production, they make a couple of these for the artist to look over and for the production team to look over and make sure it's okay. And then it goes to their personal collection, and they sell it after the whole production run goes out. So it's rare in that regard. I mean, besides the fact that the piece is already rare, but Magneto is definitely one of those characters that, he is, it's probably the most powerful villain in the X-Men lore. Well, one of them. You have Juggernaut, you have Apocalypse, you have so many of these characters that, pose a physical, mental, threat to these characters. But Magneto is that character that's just, from the 60s on, he's just, he's got that lore. He's so ingrained in there, and it just shows with, all the movies that have come out and how he's such a prominent, character in all those movies that he's definitely a very, very prominent figure in pop culture, not just comic books. Now everyone knows who Magneto is, not even comic book fans. But the piece itself, it's just, I really can't put, I can try to right now, but, putting into words how gorgeous this thing is, like I said, I'd never seen one up until I ordered it myself, and the pictures will look gorgeous. But seeing it in person now, I really, the detail is astonishing, because it's not overly done, but it's, like, for instance, the base. You have right here all the metal wreckage, and it's a Sentinel hand, which is really impressively done. You have some of the Wolverine claw marks right here, and the damage going on. And, looking at the piece and, just seeing it all around, they really didn't cheap out on it, make it detailed in the front and the back, something that you probably never see. Isn't just bland. They actually gave it damage over here. The hand is blasted open. You got some of that Terminator machinery in there. And you have, Wolverine claws again, the claw markings, and then when you get up to the big man himself, Eric Lencher, Magneto, the pose just it displays the gravitas this character has. It displays that power that he has. The hands out. He's screaming almost, just probably in a fit of rage, just doing destruction. To the max, and you got a lot. I mean, the colors are so well done. I mean, you have the shading over here in his muscles. I mean, the cape just it's flowing out. It's in my opinion, it's probably one of the best designed Bowen pieces. I mean, there's a lot of action statues out there. I mean, there's Deadpool, there's Juggernaut, Hulk has a couple of statues, and it just doesn't. To me, it's just, this is so elegant. It's so well done, and I really, it's the one thing I've always said about Bowen design pieces, and I don't think it could be argued, is that they're almost always comic book accurate. I mean, unless there's, a certain version of the character or something that they want him to do, or he's got an idea to play around with, it almost jumps out of the page. If I could picture it in my head of how it would look, it jumps out of the page in 3D, I would definitely say this is it. I mean, it really leaves little to the imagination at this point because it's so well done. And, I'm really proud of this piece. I'm really happy I have it. And, I can honestly say it probably is my most favorite piece now. I mean, not even because it's new. I've been collecting these statues for years, and you look at all of them, and it's so hard to pick your favorite. It's I remember the first statue I bought. I remember key moments when I got rare ones, and it's just it's always so hard to pick the favorite one. But right now, I mean, there was one that I thought was hands down my favorite, but I think this one's taking its spot, and it deserves it. I'm really happy to have it. I'm glad I got it for the collection, and I don't think there's a better Magneto piece out there, and that's just my opinion, but I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to convince me otherwise, because I looked really hard and long for this one, and I luckily got it for a price that I found affordable for me, and I don't regret it at all, and that's an artist proof, and to me, it's worth a lot, and that's all that really matters when it comes to collecting these things. You can put a price on things all you want, but it's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it. So, and right now I have something that I genuinely cherish, and I genuinely find a great addition to any collection. So, there you have it. I mean, you just look at it for yourself and see the beauty of it, and it's extremely well done. And that's all I can really say about it. I mean, that's it. It speaks for itself.
So there you have the Bowen Action Magneto. A huge thank you to Genaro for letting us unbox this today on the show. If you want to check out more of his stuff, follow him on Instagram at Genaro. Check me out at QGinHQ on Twitter and share some of your collection photos with me there. Comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of this stuff. If you want to see Genaro back on the show, it would be awesome. Give the video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe. See you on the next one.